test 44. to 40. Data related to number of projects handled by two companies during 6 years. Right. 36th one. What is the respective ratio between number of projects handled by companies A and B together in 2001 and number of projects handled by the same companies together in 2003? 2001 and 2003. 2001 190, 350, total 540. And in 2003 we have 550, 350, total 900. 2 zeros cancel. 18 3 times, 18 5 times. 3 is to 5. 37. Number of projects handled by company B in 2004 is what percent of the number of projects handled by A in 2002? A in 2002 450, B in 2004 B 320. You're asked about percentage. 320 is what percent of 450? Percentage, right? So into 100. Now look at your numbers, options 75, 70, 80 and on. Now let's calculate 80%. 80% of denominator. You just need to subtract 20%. 20% is 90. 450 minus 90, 360. Still you need to subtract 40 to make it 320. 10% is, so you need not to subtract 10% but close to 10%. Probably you can say 9% or 8%. If you can subtract 9% or 8%, answer will be near about 71% or 72%. Near about this. Look at your options. You have only one, 71 1 by 9. Fifth option. Number of projects handled by company B increased by what percent from 2002 to 2005? 2002 B, it is 250, and in 2005 it is 380. 380 is how much more than 250? 130. Now you are asked about percentage, right? So 130 out of 250 into 100. Idantha kuda cheyakkaledu basic ga. Wait, not even difference. For 250 if it is 130. For 500 that will be 260. Per 1000 that will be 262 times how much? 520. So ratio 52%. 250 ki 130. 500 ki 260. 1000 ki 520. 1000 ki 520 aithe 100 ki 52. Yes or no? Right, next. 39. If the number of projects handled by company B in 2007 is 60% of the total number of projects handled by the same company in 2004, 5, 6 together, what was the total number of projects handled by company B in 2007? Right. So B in 2007 is 60% of combined number of projects handled for 3 years, that is 2004, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 in the sense last 3. B, right? So that is 320, 380. 320, 380. How much is this? 700. 700 plus 440, 1140. And out of 1140, you need to calculate 60%. As it is 60%, answer should be 6 multiple, answer should be 3 multiple and 2 multiple. Look at options and how many 3 multiples if you have. How many 3 multiples are there? Look at options. Amma, more than one na? More than one? So you have to calculate. Now, what is 10% of this number? 114. 60% in the sense into 6. Last digit 6 into 4, 24. Last digit should be 4. How many options are there? Only one, 684. What is the average number of projects handled by company A during 2001, 3, 5, 6? This is for project A. 2001, 190, and then 2003, 350, 2005 and 6, 430, and then 570. Numbers easy ga unnai kabatti directly you can go for addition. Okay, right, come again. How much is this? 400, 800, 1300, 1400, 1540. 1540 average of how many? 4. 1540 by 4. 385. Next, 41, quantity 1. The perimeter of a square is equal to twice the perimeter of rectangle. What is perimeter of rectangle? 2 into a plus b. They said 2 times of perimeter. That will be 4 into a plus b. Perimeter of square is 4a. 4a is equal to 4 into a plus b. A is equal to L plus b. And you are given length and breadth of rectangle. How much is that? 7 and 8. 8 and 7 ichcharu kadamma. So side of the square is equal to 8 plus 7. How much is that? 15. Now what is the other information? What is the circumference of semicircle whose diameter is equal to the side of the square? Side of the square is equal to diameter. And you asked about perimeter of semicircle. If it is full circle, what is perimeter? 2 pi r. It is pi r. And then d. This is 2r. Yes or no? Right. So I think you can take r common. 2 plus pi into r. What is r? 15 by 2 into, when you take r common, that is pi plus 2. 22 by 7 plus 2. What is this? 14 plus 22. 36. So our numerator is 36 by 7. How many times is this? 18 times. 7, 2.1 times is near about 2.1 times is 15. So I can treat this number as 2.1. 2.1 into 18, 36 point something. Answer should be nearby 36. Quantity 1 is 36. And then average of 7 boys sitting in a row facing north is 26. If the average of first 3 boys is 19 and that of last 3 is 32. What is the age of the boy who is sitting in the middle of the row? Middle ante evaramma? Fourth person kada. Average of 7 members is given as 26. Equality concept. Every person's age is 26. So fourth person's age also will be equal to 26 if average of other members is equal to 26. But average of first 3 members is 19. 19 is how much less than 26? 7 less. Like that, how many members are there? 3. So you need to add 21 here. And then average of last 3 members is given as 32. 32 is how much more than actual average? 6. Like that, how many members are there? 3. 6 is 18. As it is 18 more, you need to compensate that. Subtract 18. 21 minus 18, 3. 26 plus 3, 29. This is 36. And the other one is less than that. Quantity 1 more than quantity 2. Next, 42. There are two numbers such that the sum of twice the first number and thrice the second number is 100, and the sum of thrice the first number and twice the second number is 120. What is the largest number? Now in the first equation you are given sum of twice the first number and thrice the second number, and in second case you are given thrice the first number and twice the second number. First case sum is 100 and second case it is 120. And when you add 5x plus 5y, is equal to 220. From this, x plus y is equal to 220 by 5, which is equal to 44. If x plus y is equal to 44, 2x plus 2y is equal to 88. First equation is how much more than 2x plus 2y? Y more. 100 is how much more than 88? 12. So y is equal to 12. If y is equal to 12, x is equal to 32. You are asked about largest number, which is 32. Next, quantity 2. Quantity 1 is 32. Next, quantity 2. When all the students in a school are made to stand in a rows of 54, 30 such rows are formed. So how many students are there in the school? మా ఒక రోలో 54 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు. అలా 30 rows వచ్చినాయి. మొత్తం ఎంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు అని అంటే 54 into 30. Now these students were arranged or formed if the students are made to stand in a rows of 45. ఎన్ని rows కావాలి అని అంటే divided by 45 అనేగా. 15 how many times? 2 times. 15 3 times. 3 18 times. 18 2 is 36. Quantity 2 is 36. 2 is more than 1. (43) 6 men can complete a piece of work in 12 days. 8 women can complete the same piece of work in 18 days, whereas 18 children can complete the same piece of work in 10 days. 4 men, 12 women, 20 children work together for 2 days. If only men were to complete the remaining work in 1 day, how many men would be required totally? So మిగిలిన వర్క్ని ఎవరు చేయాలి? ఓన్లీ 1 man చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్లో చూడండి, 6 men worked for how many days? 12 days. 1 man can complete the work in 6 into 12 days. 1 man can complete the work in 6 into 12 days. Next, 8 women can complete the work in 18 days. 1 woman can do it in 18 to 18 days. 8 children can complete it in 10 days. 1 children can do it in 18 into 10. Total work ఇది 1 day work తీసుకుంటున్నాం. Now how many men started work? 4 men. And they worked for how many days? Work together for 2 days. 4 men 2 days చేశారన్నా, 8 men 1 day చేశారన్నా ఒకటిగా. 1 month వర్క్ అంతా అంటే 1/6 into 12. 8 members చేశారు కాబట్టి 8. 12 women worked for 2 days. 24 women worked for 1 day, one and the same. So this is 24 by this much. 20 children worked for 2 days. 40 children worked for 1 day. This is already work done here. Work done. 4 2 times, 4 3 times, 2 3 times. So this is 1/9. 8 3 times, 3 6 times, which is 1/6. 0 0 cancel, 2/9. So this much work is already completed. Now look at this, 1/9 plus 2/9, 3/9. 3/9 in the sense 1/3. Can we write 1/3 as 2/6? 2/6 plus 1/6, 3/6, in the sense 1/2. So how much work is completed? Half is completed, remaining is half. So who has to complete half of the work? Only 1 man. 1 man can complete the total work in how many days? 6 into 12 days, which is 72. 1 man can complete the total work in 72 days. To complete half work he need 36. So quantity 1 is 36. Clear? Next, quantity 2. Meenal purchased a car for 2.5 lakhs and sold it for 3,48,000. What is the percentage profit made on the car? Profit percent anannam. What is profit in terms of a number? Emma 2.5 lakhs konni 3,48,000 kammeru ante enta vastadi profit? 98,000. And when you are asked about percentage, that will be cost price into 100. Now look at the denominator. 10%, 25,000. 20%, 50,000. 40%, 1 lakh. This is how much less than 1 lakh? 2,000. What is 1% of this? So you need to subtract 1%, near about 1% from 40%. Quantity 2 will be near about 39%. Quantity 2 is more than quantity 1. Next. Quantity 1, a 180 meters long train crosses another 270 meters long train running in the opposite direction in 10.8 seconds. If the speed of the first train is 60 km per hour, what is the speed of the second train? Now if a train tries to cross another train, distance travelled in that case will be train length 1 plus train length 2. How much is that? 180 plus 270, 450. And what is the time taken? 10.8 seconds. Distance by time, that will be speed, right? So when you have two speeds, you must go for relative speed. What is relative speed here? Both are moving in opposite direction. S1 plus S2. One person's speed is given as 60 km per hour and you are asked about the other speed in km per hour. So left hand side you have it in km per hour, but 450 is meters and this is seconds. Right hand side you have meter per second. So you need to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, which is 18 by 5. 10.8 5 times. 10.8 10 times and make it half. You will get 5 times. 108 half 54. So denominator part you have 54. 18 3 times. 450 by 3. 150. 60 plus x is equal to 150. X is equal to 90. So quantity 1 is 90. Next, quantity 2. The respective ratio between the speeds of the car, train, bus is 594. So total how many parts we have? Total parts 18. And the average speed of the car, bus, train is 72 km per hour. In terms of number of parts, what is average for 18? 18 by 3, which is 6 parts and which is given as 72 km per hour. And what is the average speed of the car and the train? Car speed is 5 parts. Train speed is 9 parts. Average of these two is 7 parts. So you need to calculate 7 parts. 6, 12 times, 7, 12 times, 84. So quantity 2 is 84. Quantity 1 more than quantity 2. Quantity 1. The average age of a family of 5 members is 24. If the present age of the youngest member is 8, what was the average age of the family at the time of the birth of the youngest member? Enta mandi unnarama family lo? 5 members and their average is 24. What is sum of their age? 120. Who is the youngest one? 8 years old, right? So when you go back to 8 years, for every person you need to subtract 8 years. Like that you have 5 persons, together you need to subtract 40. Now when you go back to 8 years, how many persons were there at that time? There are only 4 persons, and if you calculate their average, that becomes by 4. 80 by 4, 20. Quantity 1 is 20. Next, quantity 2. The length of the rectangular floor is 2 times the breadth. L is equal to 2b. If 256 rupees is required to paint the floor at the rate of 2 rupees per square meter. So what is the area here? Per square meter ki 2 rupees patindamma. Atla mottam manaki 256 rupees ainayi. Ante mottam enta quantity unnattu? 128. 128. 128 is the floor area. Paint ante floor kinde kada. Floor. What is that? Length into breadth. What is length? Twice of its breadth given in first condition. Length into breadth is equal to this much, 128. B square is equal to 64. B is equal to 8 and L is equal to 16. And you are asked about length, which is 16. Quantity 2 is 16. Quantity 1 more than quantity 2. Right. Yesterday I got a feedback in YouTube. YouTube lo feedback ochindi. Should be from Dilshik Nagar. ఎందుకంటే లొకేషన్ దిల్షునార్ చూపించింది. నేను వరస్ట్గా చెప్తానంట, గాల్లో అన్నీ లెక్కలేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. సుధీర్ అనుకుంటే అతని పేరు, సిసి స్టూడెంటే, పేరు భరత్ కుమారు. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు డీటెయిల్స్, ఎవరో కూడా కనుక్కోవడానికి కూడా ఇష్టపడలేదు. సుధీర్ అనుకుంటా అర్థమెటిక్ వరస్ట్గా చెప్తాడు, అన్ని గాల్లో లెక్కలేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతాడు అన్నాడు. ఐ ఫెల్ట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ కాంప్లిమెంట్, నాట్ ఎ కంప్లైంట్. ఆయనకు అర్థం కావట్లేదంటే అది ఆయన ప్రాబ్లం, నా ప్రాబ్లం కాదు. ఎస్, ఎమ్ ఐ రైట్ ఆర్ రాంగ్? ఇంకా దారుణంగా చేయాలి యాక్చువల్గా, ఇప్పుడు చేసేదానికంటే ఇంకా దారుణంగా చేయాలి. ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ స్టెప్స్ ఫర్ ద సేక్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ పర్పస్. ఐ కెన్ రెడ్యూస్ అట్లీస్ట్ 50% ఆఫ్ ద స్టెప్స్ దట్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్, అండ్ అట్ ది సేమ్ టైం యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో రెడ్యూస్. ఆన్సర్ కావాలా, ఉద్యోగం కావాలా? మనకి ఆన్సర్లు కావాలి అని అనుకుంటే కనుక బారుగా రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఉద్యోగాలు కావాలంటే ఆ బారుగా రాసుకుంటే అవసరం లేదు, మనకి ఉద్యోగాలు రావు ఇంకా. నెక్స్ట్, స్టిల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్. మా అడ్మిన్ అడిగారు ఈరోజు మార్నింగ్, సార్ చాలా చెత్తగా రాసాడు తీసేయమంటారని. నో, అది అట్లానే ఉంచండి, డోంట్ డిలీట్ ఇట్ అన్నాను. ఈవెన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద రివ్యూస్ దట్ యూ గివ్, దట్ విల్ బీ ఫైన్. అట్లానే ఉంటాయి సిసిఈలో. ఏ పేపరా ఏమోనమ్మా తెలీదు. 1 రేటింగ్ ఇచ్చిన రివ్యూస్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి, అవి అలానే ఉంటాయి. యాజ్ ఏ అడ్మిన్ ఐ కెన్ డిలీట్ ఆల్ దోస్, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు డిలీట్ బికాస్ దట్స్ దేర్ పర్సనల్ ఫీలింగ్. వాళ్ళు చెప్పారు, అది అలానే ఉంటుంది. 46. A and B together can finish a piece of work in 10 2/7 days. B and C can do it in 13 1/3. B is 25% more efficient than C. In how many days A and C together can finish the piece of work? Right. Now A and B together can do it in 10 2/7, which is 72/7. This is A and B. And B and C can do it in 13 1/3, which is 40/3. We'll go for units method. What is total work? 72/7 and 40/3. LCM of 72 and 42 by HCF of 7 and 3. HCF becomes 1 because 3 and 7 both prime numbers. 72 and then 40. LCM 360. Now let's go for 1 day work. 72/7 days లో 360 units చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే per day ఎన్ని చేస్తాడు? 35 units. 360 by 72/7. 360/72/7 న్యూమరేటర్లోకి వచ్చేస్తుంది. 72 5 times 35. నెక్స్ట్ 40/3 డేస్లో చేస్తున్నాడు. 40/3 27 units. అండ్ నౌ బీసీకి రిలేషన్ ఇచ్చారు. బీస్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఈజ్ 25% మోర్ దెన్ ఏ. అంటే సి కంటే 25% మోర్ దెన్ సి. సి కంటే బి ఎక్కువ చేస్తాడు. ఎస్ సార్ నో? బీసీ ఇద్దరు కలిసి ఎన్ని చేస్తున్నారు? 27. ఈ 27 యూనిట్స్లో బి 13.5 యూనిట్స్, సి 13.5 యూనిట్స్ చేస్తాడని తీసుకోవచ్చా? నో, బికాస్ బీస్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఈజ్ మోర్. హౌ మచ్ పర్సెంట్ మోర్? 25% more. So C should get definitely less than 13.5. Yes or no? And B's efficiency is 25% more. C must be a multiple of 4. 25% calculate చేయాలంటే డివైడెడ్ బై 4 వేయాలి కదా. అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా C అనేవాడు 4 మల్టిపుల్లో ఉండాలి. 13.5 కంటే తక్కువ ఉండాలి, 4 మల్టిపుల్ అవ్వాలి అని అంటున్నాం. మాట్లాడరు. లెట్స్ గో ఫర్ 12 ఫర్ టైమ్ బీయింగ్. బీసీ ఇద్దరు కలిసి 27 యూనిట్స్ చేస్తారు. సి ఒక్కడే 12 యూనిట్స్ చేశాడు అని అనుకుంటే బి ఎన్ని చేస్తాడు? 15 యూనిట్స్. 12 కంటే 15 ఎన్ని యూనిట్స్ ఎక్కువ? 3. 3 అనేది 12లో 25%ఏనా? హెన్స్ రైట్ ఆన్సర్. నెక్స్ట్ ఏబి ఇద్దరు కలిసి ఎన్ని చేస్తున్నారు? 35. అందులో బి ఒక్కడే 15, మరి ఏ 20 యూనిట్స్. నౌ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ బోత్ బి అండ్ సి టుగెదర్. సారీ, ఏ అండ్ సి టుగెదర్. ఏ అండ్ సి టుగెదర్ కెన్ కంప్లీట్ 32 units and they have to complete 360 units. So number of days required by A and C together is 360/32, which is 11 times. 10 times is 320. 1 time is 32. 320, 32, 352. 11. More than that. There is only one answer which starts with 11. 11తో ఒకటే ఉంది, అదే ఆన్సర్. ఇంకా మిగిలింది చేసినా కానీ అంతే వస్తుంది. 8 ఉంది. 8/32 అంటే 1/4. 11 1/4 days. క్లియర్? నెక్స్ట్ 47. The sum of percentages of Ria and Abby is 48. At present, Abby is 4 years older to Sue, and respective ratio of percentages of Ria and Sue is 4:7. What is Abby's age? 2 years earlier, 2 years back, 2 years back. Now, Abby is how many years older to Sue? 4 years. So can I treat Abby's age as Sue's age plus 4? And but your question is about 2 years back. 2 years back ante a minus 2 ane kada, ante indulo nunchi 2 years తీసేస్తే సరిపోద్ది కదా. How much is that? S plus 2. And this is what you need to calculate. And from the ratio of percentages of Ria and Sue, Sue is how many parts? 7 parts. So your answer should be 7 multiple plus 2. Yes or no? Let's verify that. From this, if you subtract 2 years, you'll get 36. Is 36 multiple of 7? ఇది కాదు. ఇది చుట్టానికే 7 multiple కాబట్టి దీనిలోంచి ఏమైనా తీసేస్తే 7 multiple అవ్వదు. Minus 2, 30. Is 30 multiple of 7? No. Minus 2, 28. Is it 7 multiple? It can be your answer whole. Minus 2, 34. Is 34 multiple of 7? Only 7 multiple that satisfies here is 30. That's it. Next, 48. A boat can travel 2.75 kilometers upstream in 11 minutes. So you will get upstream speed here. And calculate cheyochu tarvata maatladam. The respective ratio of the speed of the stream and speed of the boat in downstream. So stream speed and then downstream speed ratio is given as 1:7. So it is 1 part and then 7 parts. Man speed is 6 parts. Upstream speed is downstream speed. What is downstream speed? Stream speed, man speed, upstream speed. Right. So you will get 5 parts here. This is upstream. And now, what is your question? If the boat takes 52 minutes to travel from the point A to B, which is downstream, what is the distance between point A to B? Distance, you're asked about distance. Distance is equal to speed into time. Which speed you have to take? Downstream speed, which is equal to 7 parts. So now 7 parts into, what is the time taken here? 52 minutes. Minutes converts to hours. And this is what you need to calculate. Okay? Now, upstream speed enta 5 parts. Right. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. Upstream లో ఎన్ని కిలోమీటర్స్ వెళ్ళాడు? 2.75. In how many minutes? 11 minutes. Now, ఇది యాక్చువల్గా నోట్ లెక్క, మీకు అర్థం కావాలి కాబట్టి రాస్తున్నా. In 11 minutes, if it can cover 2.75 kilometers, you need to represent speed in kilometer per hour. Hour in the sense 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, how much is the distance covered in upstream? Wait, what is half of 11? Again half of 5.5. Half. Again half. Right. So, upstream speed is 15 kilometer per hour. Which is equal to how many parts? 5 parts. If 5 parts is equal to 15, what about 7 parts? 21. Answer should end with 0.2. Okay. Many are there. 3 7 times, 3 20 times, 2 10 times, and this is 26 times. 7 20s, 140. 7 6 times, 42. 140 plus 42, 182 by 10. 18.2. The area of the rectangle is equal to the area of the square whose diagonal is 12√6 meters. If the difference between length and breadth of a rectangle is 6, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Perimeter of the rectangle 2 into L plus B. Now you need to know length and breadth separate values. You know the difference is 6. And square rectangle area is equal to square area whose diagonal is given. So when diagonal of a square is given, what is area? Half d square. What is d square? 12 into 6. and it is half d square, so divided by 2. Correct? How many times? 3 times. This is the area of the rectangle, which is length into breadth, and where difference between length and breadth is 6. Let's try to write this number as 2 into 6, 12 into 2, 24, 6 into 3, 18. So product of these two numbers is equal to area, and difference is 6. Hence length is 24, breadth is 18, L plus B is 42. Perimeter is 2 into L plus B, that is 2 into 42, which is 84. You just need to write product of 3 numbers as a combination of product of 2 numbers, where difference should be equal to 6. A combination lo rayali, adi raskotanlo undi. You can write 12 as either 3 into 4 or 2 into 6. 3 into 4 raste work avadu, adi mind lone jaragali. Next 2 into 6 ga rasi combination verify chestunam, difference 6 vachelaga chudali. Next, 50th, an equal amount of money is invested in scheme A for 6 years and in scheme B for 8 years, both offering 8% simple interest per annum. The difference in the interest earned from both the schemes is 1280. For how many years should the same amount of money be invested? Principal is same, to earn same amount of interest in scheme A at 12% simple interest per annum. Scheme A is given for how many years? 6 years, and which offers rate of interest at 8%. So total interest obtained from scheme A is 48%. So now also you should get 48%, right? At the rate of what percent? Per year if you get 12% interest, in how many years will you get 48%? Answer 4 years. That's it. (51) A dealer offers 25% discount on the market price of an article, thereby loses 10%. If the market price of the item is 4,800, market price is 4,800, and dealer offered 25% discount. 25% discount in the sense how much? 1,200. If 1,200 discount is offered on 4,800, selling price becomes 3,600. By selling it for 3,600, he lost 10%. Then cost price is 4,000 only, right? Yes or no? What is 10% loss on this? 400 loss. 400 loss in the sense 3,600. Satisfied? Yes or no? Right. Now you got cost price also. If the market price is 4,800, how much discount should he offer on the market price so he has to make a profit of 440? So by selling it for some amount, he is expecting a profit of 440. So what should be the selling price now? 4,440, because cost price is 4,000 and he is expecting 440 rupees profit. So now he should sell it for 4,460. Now if the selling market price is 4,800 and selling price is 4,440, what should be the discount here? 360. What about 10% of this? 480. What is half of 480? What is half of 240? 240 plus 120. So 10%, half is 5%, again half 2.5%, total 7.5%, right? 7.5%. See, basically 360 is 3/4 of 480. 3/4 of 480. 480 is 10%. 3/4 of 10% is 7.5%. Straightforward. In a 40 liters mixture of milk and water, the percentage of water is only 15%. The milkman gave 10 liters of this mixture to a customer. 10 liters gone. So how much quantity you have now? 30. And then added 12.5 liters of water in the remaining mixture. So how much is the quantity now? 42.5. What is the respective ratio of milk and water in the new mixture? Now 42.5 liters is the quantity of milk and water. So in your ratio, when you add milk and water, that should be factor of 42.5. Yes or no? How much is this? 4 parts. Can you divide 42.5 into 4 parts? This cannot be your answer. How many parts? Can you divide 42.5 into 5 parts? Yes, possible. Hold it. How many parts? అక్కడ 4 కాదంటే 8 ఎట్లయితది? అవదు. Next, 19. No. 9. No. Only option 3:2. That's it. Otherwise you need to segregate everything. ప్రతిదీ తీసుకోవాలి విడిగా. 40 లీటర్స్లో 10 లీటర్స్ పోయినాయి అంటే మిగిలేదు ఎంత? 30 లీటర్స్. ఈ 30 లీటర్స్లో వాటర్ ఎంత పర్సెంట్ అన్నారు? 15%. 15% అంటే ఎంత? 4.5. ఇది 4.5 ఉంది అంటే 25.5 మిల్క్ అనేగా. తర్వాత దీనికి ఇంకా ఎంత యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం? 12.5 లీటర్స్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్. దీనికి 12.5 లీటర్స్ వాటర్ యాడ్ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు కంటైనర్లో ఇది 17 లీటర్స్ ఉంటుంది, ఇది 25.5 ఉంటుంది. డిఫరెన్స్ ఎంత ఈ రెండిటికి? 8.5. 8.5 ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ ఇది? 2 టైమ్స్. ఇది 2 టైమ్స్ అంటే ఇది ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ అవుద్ది? 3 టైమ్స్. రేషియో 3:2నేగా. ఈ రామాయణం అంతా చేయక్కర్లే యాక్చువల్గా. వెన్ యూ యాడ్ number of parts of milk and water, that should be factor of 42.5. Enough. (53) A bag contains 4 white balls, 4 red balls and 2 green balls. The 2 balls are picked at random. In how many ways can you do that? 10. See 2 ways. What is the probability that at least 1 ball is green? At least 1 green ante probability of getting 1 green or probability of getting 2 greens. ఇదంతా చేసే బదులు total probability minus probability of getting no green. No green అంటే గ్రీన్ తప్ప. ఈ 8 బాల్స్లో ఏ 2 వచ్చినా సరిపోతుంది. yes or no? In how many ways can you select 2 out of 8 balls? 8C2. I think you can do it. అంతే కదా? What is your answer? Amma 17/45. Next. (54) A man gives 20% of his monthly salary to intaya ida. A man gives 20% of his monthly salary to his 1 daughter and 1 son in the ratio 3:2. So how many parts we have? 5 parts. 5 parts is 20%. 1 part is 4%. 3 into 4, 12%. So daughter receives 12% and son 8%. Next. Twice the amount he gave to his daughter, he invested in LIC. 2 times of this. So in LIC he invested 24%. Next, of the remaining amount he gave 1/4 to his wife. Total how much is over? 44. Remaining 56. 56 లో 1/4 wife కి వెళ్తుంది. 14. 56 లో 14 వెళ్ళిపోయింది wife కి అని అంటే ఇంకా మిగిలేది ఎంత? 42%. So wife receives 14% and the remaining amount is 42%. Next, if he is left with 16,800. How much did he invest in LIC? So remaining 42%. This is equal to 16,800. And you're asked about 24% is how much? 42. How many times is this? 4 times. And then you have 2 zeros. 24. 4 times is 96 and then 2 zeros. 9,600. (55) ABC invests in a business and the share of their investments is in the respective ratio. What is this? 1/8, 3/4, 1/4. Let's convert decimals to fraction and fraction to integer. This is 1/8, and the next one is 3 by 4, and the next one is 1 by 4. I don't want to even use fractions here. Let's take LCM of denominators and multiply every fraction with that. LCM of denominators is 8. Multiply every fraction with 8. So that will be 1, 6, 2. Now, after 8 months from the start of the business, he invests twice his investment. So, ikkada one part anedi 8 months undi, tarvata twice invest chesadu. Ante 2 parts. We'll do it. Ante 1 year and clarity raaledu kada inka, andike hold cheddam. And C withdraws half of his investment. When was that? After 8 months. So C invests 2 parts for 8 months, and after that he withdraws half. In the sense, 1 part will be there. At the end of the year another clarity వచ్చింది. Profit was 6,900. How much was B's share? B ఏమన్నా విత్డ్రా చేయటం కానీ రీఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయటం కానీ చేసాడా? లేదు. అంటే 6 parts will be there for 12 months, and 8 parts is over, 8 months over, remaining 4 months. Here also 4 months. 8 plus 8, 16. Let's write 16 here. 16 plus 4, 20. So ratio becomes 16, 72, and then 20. Now cancellation with 4, I think. 4 how many times? 4 times, 18 times, 5 times. So total profit sharing ratio is 4:18:5. Total how many parts we have? 27 parts. 27 parts is given as 6,900, and you're asked about B's share. B is getting 18 parts. 18 is 2/3 of this number. 1/3 of this number, 2,300. 2/3 of this number, 4,600. Now, data regarding number of students studying in courses A, B, C, D throughout the years. Right. (56) Number of students studying in course D decreased by what percent from 2010 to 2012? Number of students studying. So it is about total male and female together. 2010 to 2012. 2010 900 and 2012 700. 700 is how much less than 900? 200 less from where? 900. Percentage, right? So into 100. 2 zeros cancel. 2 by 9. What is 1 by 9? 11. 1 by 9%. 2 by 9 in the sense into 2. That will be 22. 2 by 9%. 56, 57. Approximately what percent of total number of students studying in all the given courses together in 2010 are female? Approximate percentage adigaru. Female percentage in 2010 for all courses. Let's calculate how many female are there. 300, 600. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 5, 1700. 1700. 60, 40. One more 100, 1800. 78 plus 42, 120. 1920. 1920. Out of 800, 1200. 2000. 2900. 3800. 3800, and then you have 40 and 50. 90. 3890. What is 50% of denominator? 1, 9, 4, 5. You have less than that. So 1920 will be definitely less than this. Answer is less than 50%. How many are there? Very close to each other, right? 1920 is very close to 45. Approximate difference is 25. What about 1% of this? 38.9. So you need not even subtract 1%. Answer should be 49 or 50. 49%, first option. What is the average number of females studying in all the given courses together in 2012? Females average in 2012. Let's add those numbers here. 400, 700. 1100 plus 400. 1500 plus 500. Average కదా చేయాలి. ఆ 2000 పంచేయండి. 2000 by 4. Every number gets 500. Keep it aside. Next. 32, 50, 82. 82 plus 41. 123. 123 plus 25. 148. 148 divided among 4 numbers and every number gets 37. So already we got 500 and then 37. 537. Next 59. In the year 2013, the total number of students studying in all the given courses together increased by 20% from the previous year. అంటే 2012తో 100% ఉన్నారు అని అనుకుంటే in 2013 it becomes 120%. What was the total number of boys studying in all the given courses in 2013 if total number of girls studying constitutes 7/12 of the total? So girls are 7/12 of 120. What is 1/12 of this number? 10%. 7/12 will be 70%. If girls are 70%, remaining are boys only, right? What is boys? 50%, right? 120% calculated on what number? 2012. So 70% and 50% are also to be calculated on 2012. This is for all the courses together. 2012, all the courses, and we need boys. Boys are 50%. మొత్తం యాడ్ చేసి 50% చేసే కంటే ప్రతి దాని మీద 50% యాడ్ చేసేసి కదా. Yes or no? Let's calculate 50% on every number. 50% on 400. 800. How much is that? 400. Next. 625. Next. 490. Next. 350. Answered student with 65. How many are there? Ah. 1000, 14, 17. ఒకటి కాదు రెండోదే ఆన్సర్. 65తో ఎండ్ అయ్యాయి రెండు అన్నారు. 1685, 1665, 1865. ఇక్కడ 100 యాడ్ చేస్తేనే 17 వచ్చింది కదా. 16 కాదు ఆన్సర్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇది. నెక్స్ట్. What percent of the total number of students studying in course A in the year 2012 are males? 2012 course A. 2012 course A. How many students are there? 800. And female are 432. Remaining 368 out of 800. Percentage, right? So into 100. What is 50% of denominator? 400. From this you need to subtract 32. Then it becomes 368. 1%, 2%, 16, 4%. So you need to subtract 4%. Answer 46%. Over. What is the total cost of 4 laptops, 2 cell phones and 1 tablet? Total cost. దేనిలో చెప్పాలి ఆన్సర్? మాట్లాడాలి. రూపీస్లో చెప్పాలి. ఎస్. ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చదివి రూపీస్లో ఎక్కడైనా ఇచ్చారా చెప్పండి. ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్లో రూపీస్ ఉందా? దాని నుంచి రాదు. సెకండ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్లో రూపీస్ ఉందా? ఆన్సర్ రాదు, తీసేయండి. నెక్స్ట్. There is no information given in rupees and the answer cannot be determined. 62. What will be the time? Time చెప్పాలి. Time చెప్పాలి hours లో. Time taken for filling a tank, water tank having 3 inlet pipes ABC and 1 outlet D. If all the 4 pipes are open simultaneously. When will you get this answer? If you know the time taken by inlets to fill the tank individually and the outlet to empty the tank. So ప్రతి దానికి టైం తెలియాలి మీకు, అప్పుడే వస్తుంది ఆన్సర్. ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్, the time taken to fill the tank by pipes ABC is in the ratio 2:3:4 respectively when only one pipe is open at a time. టైం ఇచ్చారా, రేషియో ఇచ్చారా? దీని నుంచి ఆన్సర్ వస్తుందా? ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ డి గురించి లేదు ఇక్కడ, డి గురించి లేదు. 1 alone is not sufficient. Next, pipe D takes 2 hours to empty the tank. D takes 2 hours, which is 3 times the time taken by A and C together to fill the tank. ఓన్లీ సెకండ్ నుంచి వస్తుందా? ఎందుకు? బి లేదు. డీకి ఎంత టైం పడుతుందన్నాము ఎంటీ చేయడానికి? 2 hours. ఇది ఏ అండ్ సికి 3 times అన్నాం, అంటే ఏ అండ్ సి టేక్స్ 2/3 hours to fill the tank. Yes or no? Now, using first option, you know that A's efficiency, A can fill the tank in 2 parts and C can do it in 4 parts. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడున్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని దీన్ని కలిపితే 2 parts 4 parts ఇండివిజువల్ వాల్యూస్ వస్తాయా రావా? ఇవి వచ్చినాయి అంటే 3 parts కూడా వస్తుందా రాదా? So now you can understand and you can get the time taken by A, B, C inlet pipes to fill the tank, and D is also given. Will you get answer or not? Eppudu both 1 and 2 are required. You don't need to calculate, you just confirm whether you can get it or not, that's it. Okay, next. At what rate of per kg should the sugar be sold so as to earn 30% profit? Selling price calculate చేయమన్నారు, 30% profit. ఏం వస్తే ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది? కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్. Shopkeeper bought 20 kgs of sugar at 25 rupees per kg and 40 kgs of sugar at 22 rupees per kg and mixed the entire quantities of both the qualities of sugar before selling. So how many kgs you have? How many kgs you have? 60. Do you know total cost of 20 kgs? Do you know total cost of 40 kgs? Do you know total cost of 60 kgs? Can you calculate 1 kg cost price? If you know 1 kg cost price, can't you calculate 30% of it? Will you get answer or not? 1 alone is sufficient. Next, shopkeeper bought certain quantity of sugar at 25 rupees per kg, certain annaru ento cheppala, and mixed it with double the quantity of sugar bought at 22 rupees per kg before selling. Will you get answer or not? Yes. Let's take 1 kg in the first case and 2 kgs in the second case. 1 kg cost price is 25 rupees, and now we have 2 kgs of second variety whose price is 22 rupees per kg. 2 kgs cost 44, 3 kgs cost 69 or 71? 69. If 3 kgs cost is 69, can't you calculate 1 kg cost? Yes or no? Will you get answer or not? Yes. In place of x, in place of 1 kg and 2 kg, you can even treat it as x kgs and then 2x kgs. Total cost of x kgs here is 25x. Total cost of 2x kgs at the rate of 22 rupees per kg will be 44x. And which is total cost of how many kgs? 3x. 3x is equal to this much. X common and gets cancelled. 3 kgs cost is 49. 1 kg cost is 23 again. Will you get answer or not? 1 alone is sufficient or 2 alone is also sufficient? Monthly incomes of X and his wife are in the ratio 7:4. What is monthly income of X? X income దేనిలో చెప్పాలి? రూపీస్లో చెప్పాలి. ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్లో రూపీస్ ఉన్నాయా? దాని నుంచి రాదు. నెక్స్ట్, డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ మంత్లీ ఇన్కమ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ అండ్ హిస్ వైఫ్ ఈజ్ 33,000. ఇక్కడ రూపీస్ ఉన్నాయి కానీ ఏంటది? డిఫరెన్స్. డూ యూ నో కంపారిజన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎక్స్ అండ్ హిస్ వైఫ్ గివెన్ ఇన్ సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్? నో. వెర్ ఈస్ దట్? ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. వెన్ యూ హ్యాడ్ 1 and 2, will you get answer or not? Yes, 1 and 2 will give you answer. 65. What is the cost of 36 chairs and 15 tables together? Cost of 12 chairs and 5 tables is this much, 12,500. Will you get answer? 12 3 times, 5 3 times. Same proportionate increase in chairs and then tables. So answer will be 3 times of 12,500. Will you get answer or not? Yes. Now The cost of 84 chairs and 35 tables together is given as 87,500. Will you get answer from only 2? Yes. 12, 7 times. 5, 7 times. Same proportionate increase. If you can get answer from 1 alone, you will also get it from 2 alone. Yes or no? Now, wait a minute. In place of 5, if you have any other number, and in place of 35, if you have any other number, will you get from 1 alone? Will you get from 2 alone? Then both are required. Both are required. If the increase or decrease for both chairs and tables is in same proportionate, you will get it from only one equation. How many variables are there? 2 variables, chair and then table. So to get 2 variables, ideally you need 2 equations. But if the increase or decrease is in same proportionate, using one equation we can get it. Otherwise, for sure we need 2 equations. Clear this? Right.